How about that, man? The UK is really coming up. You know, it's exciting. The UK has been so criticized for not having wrestling, and
Well, lad, as you were telling me on your podcast yesterday, you know the UK very well, don't you?
I do.
I didn't know this.
I was born in England, and I grew up there more than anywhere else. I didn't tell you as much on my podcast, but like I grew up in 5 different countries. Like born in England.
Yeah.
But just a baby, when I was 6 months old, I moved to Brazil and spoke my first words in Portuguese in Brazil. And I lived in Brazil because my father was the president of Pepsi Cola in all of Brazil, which is kind of a surprise that I was like this privileged kid. You know, the reason I spoke my first words in Portuguese in Brazil is because my dad, being this successful corporate executive businessman, I was raised by nanny. I was literally raised by live-in maids, and they taught me my first words. When I was 2 years old, we moved to Venezuela, and I went to nursery school speaking fluent Spanish. And then when I was 4 years old, I moved to America for the first time, living in Connecticut, but not for long, because when I was 6 years old, we moved to Miami, Florida. And when I was 9 years old, we moved back to England. And that's when I started attending the American school in London, England, in St. John's Wood. And in London. And then when I was 12 years old, we moved to Canada. And then I was just 13 years old. We moved back to London, England. And I stayed all through high school. So I was in London from 13 to 18 years old.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, so now when I went to the University of Miami to fail miserably there, I was 18 and had not lived in America since I was 9 years old. Like almost that entire time I was in England.
Yeah, that's mad.
So when I learned how to smoke weed, it was with tobacco mixed into it. Like
the European way.
Yeah, and in America, your life really does not begin when you're an American until you're 16 years old and get a driver's license, learn how to drive.
Yeah.
You know, before that, it's like, Mom, will you drive me somewhere? But in England, where, you know, growing up in London, when I was 9 years old, I had as much freedom or more than an American kid has, like when they're 16 years old and gets the driver's license.
I know what you mean. Because I think it's because America's so big. Like you can't get about anywhere in America where literally
it's a little spread out. Yeah.
Yeah, like London, you can jump on the tube and get to the other side of London in 30
100%.
minutes.
Yeah, 100%. And
so you can just roam the streets freely.
Dude, I lacked parental supervision.
You was there for on your skateboard, just out there.
my dad was this corporate businessman, just constantly traveling. He was never around, and my mom was like quite drunk. So I had little parental supervision and maximum mobility with the London Tube.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You can get about fast on it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was going, man. So yeah.
So did you used to have like a Cockney accent?
I didn't, man. Like, I didn't. I learned 3 different languages by the age of 3. And forgot 2 of them. I was lit.
That was me. I was gonna ask you. Can you still speak any of the other? Is it, are they gone? They're just not there.
I learned maybe by the age of like 2. I learned
because your first words are Portuguese and you were speaking Spanish in Venezuela.
And my parents like were just American, you know. Like well, to be fair, my mom was Canadian. My mom was born in Canada, so I'm Canadian citizen, but like it's called naturalizing. So I have a Canadian passport because of my mom being born in Canada. I have an American passport because my dad was born in America. And I have a British passport because I was born in England. So I'm triple national. To this day, I have 3 valid passports.
Yeah, you're nice. There's a wait on our passports at the minute, lad. Everyone watching this in the UK will be like, oh...
I know, and dude,
people are waiting months for passports.
Dude, what I want to know about the British passport is that I got a 10-year, you know, like a 10-year passport, like right before the Brexit. So my passport's good until 2025.
Yeah, same. Mine's similar. That
and it
mine's,
says EU.
Yeah, mine's still. Yours is still like the burgundy colour.
Yeah.
Mine's
burgundy. It says EU.
Yeah, Laura's is a black one, isn't it? She's got a new one which is black. Mine's a burgundy one still, but mine doesn't run out for like another 5 years or something like that.
So I wonder if, even though the Brexit happened, does the EU still honor that because it's an EU passport?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, wow.
But I don't think we're classed as EU citizens now. I think it's like, you know what I mean? We're not classed as like EU citizens. It was the stupidest vote ever, but it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, man, and I wonder if because like you felt pretty strongly yesterday. I understood that, you know, about the being a Tory or a Labour Party. You know, like your identification with the working class is pretty rad, and I wonder, because common sense tells me if you're Germany in the EU and you're like, this European Union dynamic is set up so that we have to pick up all the slack from Greece just failing financially. We got to bail out Greece, and Italy's a disaster. Portugal, Spain, they're just blowing it, and it's our problem. Yeah, you know, like if I'm Germany, maybe like I see the Brexit as kind of a cool idea, but then again, what do I know? Maybe I've got it all wrong.
Yeah, same as I was saying yesterday. I haven't got much of a clue about politics.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll shut up.
I'm not going to start talking about stuff I don't know much about, but yeah, we all like Tories by ours.